Do you know what I really like, viewers? Welcome to today's Salford story. When you've got a young man, let's say for the sake of argument, he's called Jeff. He's great for you, provides some great assists season on season, and then finally gets the call up he's dreamed of, the Welsh national team, a place we'd all like to be, and gets injured for 3 weeks, which means he can't play in the Championship. That would be great if that would happen. Oh, it has happened. Oh, good. 2 games today. No Jeff Thomas. Run the intro. Right then, viewers. Since we last met, I don't know if I made the right decision with Hawkins. I will be honest and transparent and say that I don't know what your reaction to that is yet. Next episode, I will know. I'm a bit nervous. But yeah, he didn't leave. Jeff, sorry, bear with me, folks. Just got to remove Jeff Thomas from the bench because he got injured. So today's episode, will involve 2 games, Ipswich and Chesterfield. Now, it's been a little bit of a theme. It happened with Fylde last time round. Although they got promoted with us and in a very similar fashion, they're not having a very good start to the season. Chesterfield winless so far, as are Swansea, Cardiff, Leicester and Sheffield United, which is a curious fivesome to be winless. So we play Chesterfield a little bit later on. Ipswich first, who are 9 points, just a point above us. So it could be a very exciting time for us. Hopefully today's squadron will produce the goods. And let's see today's team. So, because of the injury to Jeff Thomas and because of how well he did a few games ago, I'm going to play Francis Henry as a wing-back on attack. Because I'm reckless. So the team looks like this. Keane will be in goal. The Fire, Nash and Borthwick Jackson at the back. Henry on that right-hand side. Wellington and Knott in the middle. Kinsella on the left. Dander in front with Lawson, who's going to start this game with the Harp up top. Plenty of players to bring on if needs be. Renard, he might come on at some point, which would be very good. Josh Harrop, of course, a game changer, can play on that right side if needs be. But I just want to be a little bit more defensive. Ipswich are a decent team, so we're going to play it smart. Into the game we go then. Ipswich Town versus Salford City. We're at home, so just reverse that. Now then, Ipswich. How's this going to go? The boys from Suffolk. Can they take on the boys from Salford? Not got a great deal of homegrown talent in this team, but just... We apparently are the favourites for the game. Okay, why? For what reason? By the way, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace are both really good. So are Forest, to be fair. I found that out myself. They're playing a 4-1-4-1 formation. Bishop in the middle, and a player that I'm sure will be familiar to a lot of people. Teddy Bishop, good player in the middle there. This could be an interesting game. I feel like if we start well, anything can happen. They've got a player called Rodri up front. He's not very quick, but he's got all the other traits you might like. He's like a young Danny Graham, and we all want one of those. Right then, team talk's gone well. Into the game we go. I thought Henry. Now it says Henry, but Francis Henry. I think that's how it should be said. So that's what we'll do. Ball played across. That's a good start to the game. That's a great start to the game. 1-0 done. Now, what we did when this happens before, we go attacking and then we get back into it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just see their goal in 3 dimensions. It was quite a good strike. I guess if we have to respect that, if nothing else. Right, Emmanuel throws it down to Rodri, who that could be the shot for all we know. McGregor on this left side. Tell you what, he's hit that and it stayed hit. It was a very good strike. 1-0 Ipswich. They take an early lead at Moor Lane. This is. Oh dear, Rodri going through. I mean, I described him as a young Danny Graham. That's all he could ever wish for. McGregor again. Ipswich are piling on some pressure. Keane does well. Now, can we find a way forward? That's the big question. Out to Kinsella, who's got some lovely control. He's been marked very well, though. Dander to Knott now. We're playing it. Well, we've got the ball. I think that's a key point here. We've lost the ball. We did have the ball. You all saw it. Now it's gone again. McGregor forward for Ipswich to Rodri. Already 1-0 down. 22 minutes on the clock. Are they going to make it 2-0? No, they're not. That is Danny Graham-esque. Okay, since going attacking, I wouldn't say we've been in the game more, but we've certainly been able to push them back a bit, and it's meant they've not come as forward as much. As we get ever close to half-time, the time ticks down. Ticks up, technically, doesn't it? Really? Right then, half-time is approached us. I'm actually going to make the change. We're going to bring Josh Harrop on. Henry's done well at that right side, but obviously we've got a player who can play a similar role to Jeff Thomas, so that's what we'll do. We should perhaps have started like this and then changed it if needs be, but this is what we're going to do. Josh Harrop, he's on the field of play. Start that second half. Okay then, can we produce any different results from today's game. It's a deep throw-in for Ipswich. They've got one man up front, and they're unable to support him as Harrop now comes away with it. Josh Harrop has largely... Oh, the Harp's through. Hold on a second. Oh, it's a shame. Harrop's largely played in the centre, but he's actually more natural to that right side. But with a player like Jeff Thomas, you don't really need him, as it's put behind for another Salford corner to be taken by number 8, Josh Harrop. Speak of the devil, ball played in and cleared with ease. Of course, Harrop was at Ipswich, so he's come on to face his former club. Hopefully, that could be the story written in the stars. I made it sound far more sort of romantic than I had expected. Nothing seems to be happening, so we're going to drop back to standard. Hopefully, we can find a way through. Nothing seems to be going on. There's the time. Oh well, there's a 30-second mark left. Can we smash and... No, we're not going to grab anything. They're going to bring it forward. It's going to be a very disappointing, so it seems, 1-0 defeat unless we play a through ball now and get onto it. No, that's not... It's got to be now. It's got to be now. Now, we seem to be going backwards, which seems bizarre considering that we're 1-0 down, everybody. Okay, well, there it is. Salford 0. Ipswich 1. Not the ideal start to an episode. Chesterfield next, though. So, I've asked Neville to take the team talk. He can't get enough. Thinks he's in charge. I had a word with Phil Neville, by the way. All I'll say is, very quiet in training this morning. What's that? You don't have training before a game? Oh, we did. Just me and Phil. I didn't put out cones and then told him no one was turning up. He was livid. Right then, just before we play against Chesterfield, I'm going to show you Peter Phillips and Macaulay Kidd because you ask about them an awful lot. So, let's show you. Peter Phillips finally seems to have nailed down a starting place in Southampton's team. He plays as the attacking midfielder in that side. 3.7 million value now. Looks to be progressing quite nicely. Still 22 years of age, so you'd think in a few years. His technicals don't seem to have come on quite as much as you might expect, but still a decent player, and I'm sure they're pleased with his progression. Now for Macaulay Kidd. Macaulay Kidd, a player I was very close to getting in. Oh, I could have sold that player and got Macaulay Kidd in. Never mind. So, this is what he looks like. He's still very, very pacey. Doesn't play that much for Swansea. And as I said before, they're having a rough start to the season. Hopefully, it may be in the January. If he doesn't play or feature that much, we can get him in. He seems to have started every game so far, though. Well, at least he's come on. He played a part in every game, is what I'm getting at. Maybe someone we could bring in the future. Him and Peter Phillips, though. I would like to see return to Salford one day. I just think it seems at this point a little bit unlikely. He'd left for 6.5k, Macaulay Kidd. 6.5... Jokers. Oh, a little update on Andy Tamo as well. He's gone out on loan for a month. He needs to do something. He's well bored. What is Sonny Aluko up to? I wonder if he's still playing football. Well, I never. What a guy. Scoring goals as well. Love that. He's playing in Sweden. Sonny Aluko's in Sweden. What's Hitchcock up to? What's he doing? Tom Hitchcock's available on a free. He's without a club. What? Right then, folks, into another game. Chesterfield, they've started the season very slowly, I think it's fair to say. Over that last game, they lost another game. So their start to the season hasn't been overly fruitful. I think that'd be a fair assessment of it. Take a look at their schedule. Who have they been beaten by? Well, they're not scoring many goals, that's for damn sure. Scunthorpe, Millwall, Leeds, Charlton, Villa, Wolves. Tricky. I think they'll be looking to get points against us. But yeah, it's been a difficult start to the season for them. Hopefully, we can make it seem more difficult and get ourselves a win. This is the team we're going to play then. Keane in goal, the Fire, Nash. Borthwick, Jackson, Kinsella, Knott, Wellington and Harrop on that right side. Actually, we're going to play him as a winger. There we go. Dander just in front with... Actually, we're going to change it around. Renard is going to play instead of Lawson with a Harp up top. Can we find some goals? That's the real question. We are. Again, we're favourites for the game. We were the favourites for the Ipswich game. That worked out well. Right then, Chesterfield. We finished level on points last season. Can you do what you think you're trying to do to me could be? That doesn't make any sense. But what I'm saying is, can they beat me? No, they can't. Fine talk. Come on then. Let's have it, Chesterfield. You think you're all big because you've got the name Chester and Field? I don't know. That's not a quote. I'll put it that way. The first chance of the game. We're coming forward with it. The Harp into Kinsella. It's cleared out towards Knott. My graphics card is frozen. He may come back and there may well have been a goal. I have no idea. We shall sit and wait. I love it when this happens. I love technical difficulties. They're bloody great. And just like that, with no problems at all, we're back. Who knew? Harrop. So, I say no problems at all. The next 16 seconds... Yeah, well, just was still frozen. So, as you can imagine, in editing, I was panicking. But luckily, as we go to... I scored, by the way. Let's go to 3 dimensions. Everything was fine. So, yeah, I'm going back to the video. I'll be back, but I don't know why. Let's watch it in 3 dimensions. His first goal for Salford, by the way. I may or may not have said yesterday that he could be mum on the air, but you never know. Ball played across, not with it. Little slips. He just gets onside, and then Renard scores the goal. Salford 1, Chesterfield 0. Judge, Ball in, the Fire with a great header clear. Now, can Dander produce the goods? A lovely ball to Harp. He plays it first time to Renard. The Harp's going to get into the middle. We know what he's like at the back post. Renard takes on his man, drives into the box towards the Harp and cleared. Judge gets it away. Oh, no, maybe a counter-attack. Poland now with this on this side. Healy drives towards the goal, and it's easily saved by Keane. But end-to-end stuff here. Chesterfield forward again. Judges escaped the attention of Harrop. Ball to the back post, and it's into the side netting by Edgar. Not good enough for Chesterfield. Fine for us though, and that's most important. Don't really care about Chesterfield if I'm completely honest. Keane clears up towards Renard, who doesn't quite win the ball, but Wellington is able to pick it up now to Knott. Dander with space. Renard again out towards that side. It's a shame. Nash with it now, centre of the pitch, out to Knott. Dander, can he find a ball forward? Renard, he's lurking into the Harp. No, it's that final ball. We're just lacking it right now. I'm sure if we find it, there could be another goal in the offing as the Fire goes straight through Polon. I don't know if it's Polon or Poland or what, or how you'd say his name. The Fire could be in big trouble here. It's a straight red. The Fire has been sent off. Someone get the extinguisher. You could say he's been extinguished, actually. And now that leaves us with a bit of a conundrum. 3 options. We take off a striker, we take off Dander, or we just play 2 at the back. I don't know which one to choose. Genuinely don't know which one to choose. I feel like at this point, if we could have a vote, that would be perfect. I'm tempted to take the Harp off, you know. He's not scored in the game. I think that's what we're going to do. This is risky. The Harp off, and you're on. The Harp can't believe this. He's suddenly been reduced to be taken off, but Renard got the goal. So we keep him out there, I feel like. You've got to keep confidence players. Dander, free kick, ball. Oh my good grief, it's out of nowhere. I'm sitting here discussing the emotional welfare of the Harp, and then Jan Dander smacks it into the top corner. What a wonderful free kick this is. We knew a man that could strike them like this, and he's currently out on loan somewhere else. But there we are, Dander fires in. It's Salford 2, Chesterfield 0. Are you outside?
Yes.
Alright, you can come if you want, it's half time. You're in the video. Do it. Can you, for 5 minutes, can you go?
Oh my God. Do you want a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll just wait, viewers. Oh, the look. Apparently I've got 5 minutes. Otherwise, I don't know what happens after that 5 minutes. I don't know if she calls G or what. Right, into the second half. 2-0 lead. Hopefully, the 10 men of Salford can control this game. I almost want to go on to control, but I feel like that was a bit risky. Harrop on this right side early in this half doesn't quite get anywhere, and Chesterfield managed to clear. This will be a good test though. 45 minutes with 10 men. I guess I'm not always one for substitutions because I panic a little bit, but I feel like towards the back end of this game, substitutions will be key. We've got half an hour left. I'm looking at midfield and I'm worried about a few of them. Okay, 15 now minutes left on the clock. I've paused the game. What we're actually going to do is take off Dander at this point, who's had a good game, and then we're going to play a 4 at the back. Bring on Rion. This is the versatility we've got. I've actually got another formation, a 4-4-1. Well, it's a 4-4-1-1, but because of the red card, it looks different. So that's what we're going to play. A couple of wide midfielders. Keep it nice and compact. Hopefully, we can see out this game now. If we lose, this is going to be soul-destroying. Renard, just run offside. Okay, times ticks by like nobody's business. Let's pull up that league table. Where's it going to put us? Up into 11th spot. Chesterfield are languishing down at the bottom there. But this is a fantastic result for us. Obviously, another team that got promoted with us finished slightly above us on goal difference, as we kind of touched on last season. Kinsella, what a wonderful touch. And that's the final touch of the game. Chesterfield 0, Salford 2. And we are proving to be not a team in the Championship. They're just...
Hi viewers, you might think that was quite a sudden end. Well, Ben's graphics card crashed again, and because he's too lazy to do his own outro, I have been told it is down to me to finish this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like, and if you want to see more of me, the real star of this series, then subscribe to the channel. From me, Google Translate. Goodbye. PS. Siri is a pathetic robot and essentially a rip-off of me. Make sure you remember that.